Hey everybody, it's Miss Liz, and I'm doing my first recording, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be doing the News to You article that Miss Felinda usually does with you at her table. So I'm gonna read the story, and we're gonna answer some questions together. So this News to You article is about the 2020 census, and that might be a word that you don't know yet, but as we read, I'm going to try to explain what a census is. And really, if you look at this box right here, it looks like they're saying 1, 2 people, and 3 people. So it looks like maybe the census might be about counting people, but we're going to find out. All right, let's get started. The U.S. will have a census in 2020. So that's this year. The census is this year. And guess what, guys? I got a census form in the mail. So this is what a form looks like that comes in the mail that they send you to ask questions for the census. So maybe we'll open that up later and see what's inside. The U.S. has a census every 10 years. So they had one in 2010. They're having one this year in 2020. And so when would be the next one? So if we're counting by tens, it would be 10, 20, 30. So it would be 2030 will be the next one. A census counts every person living in an area. So we do some counting in the class too, right? When we're counting objects, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5. We count all the way up to 100 sometimes. But this time, this 2020 census is going to count every person in the United States. And that is a lot of people. A U.S. government group does the census. So it's a group of people in our government, so those are our leaders of our country, they do the census. This group is called the Census Bureau. The Census Bureau uses the census to gather information. The information is about the people in the United States. So the information will be about you and me and maybe Miss Felinda, Miss Raven, anybody that lives here in the United States. The U.S. government uses the information. I wonder what they're going to use the information for. Why do they need to know about us? Let's find out. It says the information helps the government make decisions. So do you know you make decisions every day? If I ask you, would you want chips for snack or do you want cookies for snack? That is a decision that you have to make. It's a choice. What do you want to eat? That's a choice. The government makes different kinds of choices. Some decisions they make are about money. So where are they going to spend their money? And who are they going to give their money to? The government decides how much money to give to the other states. So how much money are they going to give to Florida? How much money are they going to give to Alabama? How much money are they going to give to Louisiana? It depends. I think it depends on how many people are in each state. So I bet you the more people that are in a state, the more money that the government gives to that state. So states use the money to build things like schools, hospitals, that's where people go when they're sick, roads, that's what we drive on, and lots more things. How does the Census Bureau do a census? I wonder what they do. So the Census Bureau sends census forms in March, and that's this month. It's about to be April, but it's still March. They send a form to every home in the United States, just like they sent me. See, this came in the mail for me. Each form has a list of questions, and the questions are about the people living in the home. So in my home, I have 2 people. I have lots of little animals, but I have 2 people that live in my home. So I would tell them I have 2. One question asks how many people live in the home. Other questions ask about each person's name, birthday, and age. And I bet you can answer any of those questions about yourself. What is your name? When is your birthday? And how old are you? Everyone must answer the questions for the census. The census is part of the U.S. law, which means that if I don't fill out my census, I could get in a lot of trouble. It would be like breaking the law. So I want to make sure that I fill out my census and give them the information that they need. People can answer questions by mail, online, which is on the computer, or by phone, which would be if I used my phone to call. Workers from the Census Bureau may also visit homes. Like Miss Valinda said, she might work for the census and go to people's homes. The workers ask questions, and they count people that live in the homes. So the U.S. is going to have a census in 2020. That's this year. So they're having a census this year. The census is going to count every person living in the United States. They're going to count you, your family, your friends, your teachers like me, and lots more. So how many people do you think live in the United States? I bet that there is millions of people that live in the United States. That is a lot of counting. So let's answer some questions. At least go through our questions. Let's see. So what is our paper about? Was it about the census? Was it about amazing young athletes? Or was it about March Madness? Now you can follow along in your paper. I want you guys to look at your paper and which one do you think is the right answer? Mom and Dad might have to give only 2 choices to some of you, help you out in showing you which answer I'm asking for. What was our paper about? I think our paper was about the census because that was what we were talking about, right? This is our form, the census form. So I'm going to hit that and see if we were right.
2020 census. 2020 census.
Oh, we were right. Okay, who does the census? Does the National Weather Service do that? But I think they might think about the weather, which is like rain and snow and sunny weather, hot weather, cold weather. I don't know if they count people. What about the National Park Service? It looks like they might take care of our parks. Do you think that they count people? I don't know. Or is it the Census Bureau? Hey, look, there's our little key that was up here too. I bet that's the right answer. Let's see.
Census Bureau.
Hey, we were right. It's the Census Bureau. Make sure you mark that on your paper. And where will the census count every person? So where are they going to go to count these people? Do they count them in space? Like up where the stars are? Is that where people are? I don't think so. What about in the ocean? Do people live in the ocean? Or do they count them in the United States? Hey, that's where you live, right? I bet that's the answer. Let's find out.
U.S.
That's it. Hey, good listening, guys. I'm so glad you were here with me. I'm going to leave you with a question to think about and maybe tell your parents the answer to, okay? This would be our writing assignment. What would you like to build? Would you like to build a school?
School.
A hospital?
Hospital.
That's where people go when they're sick. Would you like to build roads?
Road.
That's where people drive. Would you like to build a skyscraper?
Skyscraper.
Hey, that's a really big building. Or would you like to build something else? So I want you to tell your parents and maybe even write it on your sheet, or they can write it for you. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. I'll be back with another story, and I hope this came across well for everybody. See ya. I miss everybody.